welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we're going over the quadratic graphs skill inside of Khan Academy's advanced math unit of the SAT math prep course. Let's go ahead and waste no time, get into it. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. So this first question, the graph of 1/8 parentheses x minus 4 squared is shown on the xy plane. Which of the following characteristics of the graph is displayed as a constant or coefficient in this equation? So this equation is just a factored form of a quadratic equation. As we can see, this factor x minus 4 squared. What this means is that there is an x-intercept at positive 4, which we can see is displayed as a constant and shown in the graph right here. So we are given the x-intercept for this one. Onto this question, we have yet another graph in factored form, and how we can find the zeros or the x-intercepts of the graph. We can either just set each of our factors equal to 0, or we can just look at our graph here to see we have two x-intercepts at 1 and 4 in coordinate pair format. That would be 4, 0 and 1, 0. So those would be our answers, which matches answer choice D right here. On to this next question, another graph in factored format. So we know factored format gives us our x-intercepts. So that's going to be the answer for this one. And then last but not least, question number 4 here. We're just trying to find the vertex of the parabola. We could use the equation here in vertex format, h comma k. However, it's just a bit easier to look and see the vertex of this graph would just be 2, negative 4. So that is our foundations. Onto our medium difficulty level. We are given yet again a quadratic equation in factored format. And in this factored format, which of the characteristics is displayed as a constant? Well, the x-intercepts are displayed as a constant here. They could be both -2 and -8. On to this next question. We are given a graph and we're trying to find the equation to represent the graph. With these, I highly recommend we just put each of these equations into Desmos, then we see which of them matches this graph exactly. It has, for example, would have the coordinate pairs -4, 6, would have the zeros of -7.5 and -0.5. Let's go ahead and type them all into Desmos. Okay, here we have graphed our 4 equations, and we can see here that this red graph is way too high with our values. Our vertex is not -16, 62. In fact, the graphed representation best matches this purple graph right here. It's off to the left. It has the vertex at -4, 6 and has our x-intercepts right where they're supposed to be. That matches answer choice C. So answer choice C is the correct answer. On to question number 3 here. We're just trying to find the x-intercept of this graph. In factored form, we can just set this factor equal to 0. X minus 5 equals 0. That means x equals +5. On to our last question here. We are just given a function in vertex format, and we're trying to convert this into a form where x-intercepts can be identified, aka factored form. How we can get this into factored form? We first need to FOIL out that x plus 5 into x squared plus 10x plus 25, and then do 25 minus 9. Combine those like terms. 25 minus 9 is 16. Now we have x squared plus 10x plus 16, and now we are going to factor this. 8 times 2 equals 16. 8 plus 2 equals 10. So that means this factored form is simply x plus 8 parentheses x plus 2. So that would be the correct answer. Matches answer choice B. Onto our advanced difficulty level. Okay, onto this advanced difficulty level, g of x is a transformation of f of x. F of x is that solid line. G of x is this dashed line. As we can see here, we're not flipping, so negative sign would mean we flip. And we can see that we are getting narrower here. When we are getting narrower, we are having larger values. So we will be multiplying by a number to get larger values. We can see as we have 3, 2 in our original f of x, g of x has 3, 4. That's a multiplication of 2 to our y value. So that means that answer choice B is the correct answer here. On to this next question. We are trying to find an equivalent form in which the y-intercept is shown. Our standard form, ax squared plus bx plus c, in that standard form of a quadratic equation, c represents our y-intercept. So all we have to do here is FOIL out that x plus 2 squared, then add that 3. X plus 2 squared FOILed out is x squared plus 4x plus 4. Now we just combine like terms. 4 plus 3 is plus 7. So this format right here shows the y-intercept of 0, 7 as a constant. On to question number 3 here. At what values of x does the graph intersect the x-axis? So remember that in this format we cannot tell, in vertex form, we can't tell at what values we intersect the x-axis. We need to move to our factored form. So we FOIL out x minus 10 squared, which is just x squared minus 20x plus 100. Then we do 100 minus 49, which is 51. Now we find the factors of 51 that add up to negative 20, which would be negative 17 and negative 3. So that means this factor is x minus 17 and then x minus 3. And now we take the zeros of this, which are our x-intercepts. We set each of these factors equal to 0, which basically means that our zeros are 17 and positive 3. So 2 positive values here. So that matches answer choice A the best. On to this next question. These two functions are graphed in the coordinate plane. If h1k1 is a vertex of graph F and h2k2 is a vertex of graph G, what is the k2 minus k1? So first we have f of x. These are both in vertex form, which makes this question a lot easier. We can take the vertex as h comma k in this x minus h squared plus k relationship. H comma k would be our vertex. So for f, our vertex is 4 comma 3. For g, our vertex is 4 comma 5. And we are just doing our k2, which is 5, minus k1, which is 3. 5 minus 3 is equal to 2. So answer choice C is the correct answer for this one. That is all to do with our quadratic graphs. If you want to leave a comment of further videos you would like to see, such as exponential graphs and nonlinear graphs, those are 2 other skills. Those are the ones I'm most likely to cover next. If you have any suggestions, just make sure to leave them in the comments, and I might pivot towards those. It's really up to you guys. I hope that you guys subscribe, and have a fantastic day. Goodbye.